All right, everybody, welcome back to the 3 of 7 podcast. After a little technical difficulties, take 2. We're coming at you live from 3 of 7 Project HQ.
We ain't live.
We're live right now. Appreciate y'all joining back in. Couple of things real quick, in case y'all didn't know, in case you want to know, the Proving Grounds registration is open now for 3 Troop. That'll be going down in January 2022. I know that seems a long way off, but it'll be here before we know it. And that mission caps out at 25. Look, man, I'm not a daggone marketer or a salesman. If you don't want to be there, I don't want you to be there. So if you want to be there, then go check it out on the website, 3of7project.com. Click experiences, click the Proving Grounds, and it'll give you a little bit about it, and then it'll give you the link where you can go and register. What I want you to understand is the Proving Grounds is very unique, all right? It is a 100% totally unique experience. This is not like, this isn't you can't really compare it to anything else. You can't compare it to the whole, it's not the SEAL Fit thing. It's not the basic course. It's not any of that other stuff that either we do or is out on the market that other people are doing. What I can tell you is that it is an amazing mission. And I can tell you that with confidence because we get feedback from our team members that come out and have participated in 1 Troop and also now in 2 Troop just a few weekends ago. And we have high-level leaders. Joe, in particular, our LPO, is the CEO of a company with over 800 employees. And when this high-level leader reaches back to me after our mission at the Proving Grounds and says, this is the best leadership training that I've ever received. This is the best experience that I've ever paid to go and be a part of, the best training that I have experienced. Then I'm like, okay, we got the curriculum right. That's what we want. Our promise to you is that whatever we do is going to be the best. The people that are going to be there as your instructors is going to be the best. The content is going to be the best. The experience is going. We are here to set the standard when it comes to these experiences, when it comes to these missions, and not only to set the standard, but to present you with something that is completely unique. All right, that you're not going to be able to replicate it or find it anywhere else. And that's about all I can promise to you. I mean, we all do. Me, Blake, Instructor Nathan, Instructor James. This past class, 2 Troop, we had 2 guest instructors, Noah Cochran and Krista. Blake's going to cough about 10 more times and then he'll be done. So, yeah, we vet these people that are there to pour into you, and they are the best of the best. If you want to check it out, go check it out. Registration's open. Just want to let you know about that. You good, Blake? Good gosh almighty, son.
Ate too many pecans.
It's kind of pissing me off a little bit. Where are you going? Well, we'll be able to get this podcast done one day. All right, I wanted to tell you about the Proving Grounds, all right? Next thing on the list, just a little housekeeping real quick. This episode's brought to you by Wazoo Survival Gear. You guys have heard me talk about Wazoo over and over again. We use their products every month out on the basic course in the wilderness. This is wearable survival gear. That's what Wazoo produces. They try their best to make every single product they put out made in America. They stand behind their products. They're completely unique. Again, just like the Proving Grounds, we like stuff that's original and unique, and Wazoo provides those type of products. Today, I have on not only my bushcraft necklace. I'm going a little overboard here. I also have my bushcraft bracelet on, which is this thing right here. If you're watching, right, it's an awesome bracelet that has a ferro rod attached to the end of it. And Blake actually bought this for me and gave it to me yesterday, and I absolutely love it. I don't have any products from Wazoo that I don't love. Their cash caps, their cash beanie, all the things they make. They have these bandanas to where you can identify edible plants. They have them to help you identify tracks. Wearable survival gear, right, to increase your capabilities. This isn't just for people that go out in the wilderness. This is for anyone that wants to be more prepared in their day-to-day life. So go check them out at wazoosurvivalgear.com. I'll attach a special link in the show notes of this episode. If you want to place an order with Wazoo Survival Gear, go click that link. It's going to give you a 20% off your order. You won't find that anywhere else. That's only for 307 podcast listeners. And I think there's a pro code that you may have to put in. I'll attach that in the show notes of this link too. But we love their stuff. We use their stuff on a regular basis. We believe in them. Support the companies that support this podcast if you enjoy this podcast. And I hope you enjoy this podcast if you're listening to it. So that's all, a little bit about Wazoo. That's who brought you this episode today. Are you good now, man?
I think I'm good. I had to step out and have a coughing fit for a minute.
Good gosh, dude.
I must have got a pecan core or something.
You know, this is just this podcast right here. We should have took a deep breath before we jumped in on this thing, huh?
Something's gonna be serious on this.
I mean, look, we're gonna get into some stuff real quick. We're gonna unpack some stuff. Really, to be honest with you, that came from the basic course Team 009 this past weekend. As I watched their mission unfold, I watched their team dynamics and watched them going through some really, really challenging conditions out there last weekend. Blake's still over here coughing. That's what we're going to unpack. There's a lot more other controversial things that we could talk about. I say controversial things. There's a lot of other points that we could talk about today, but we're going to save those for the coming weeks, all right? The coming weeks, we're going to dig into that Romans chapter 13, starting at verse 1, submitting yourself to authorities and government authorities and all that. We're going to break that down from our perspective, right? So, dude, but today we're going to talk about some stuff that came out of the basic course, which is really important stuff. This is mindset stuff, all right? So for all you guys that are into mindset, for you guys that might be into ultra running, for you guys that are into self-improvement, building strength, that kind of stuff, that's what today's episode is all about. Let's see if we can get our thoughts together now. Here we go. Now, the conversation today is going to be the dynamic between, I guess, a few different aspects of us as humans: intelligence, capability, and then strength and selfishness. All right? So when you're out there working as a team in your business, or you're working as a team out on a mission with us at the basic course of the Proving Grounds, or you're out there just working as a team getting through an ultra, right? An ultra marathon with your crew, with the people that are out there to support you. We run into some tough situations. This past weekend, we ran into some tough situations revolving around the weather. It was freaking cold and dumping rain, soaking wet, cold. You're in the wilderness on a mountain and windy. And yeah, that really brings some things out. That brings some things into front and center. So we talk about strength. We talk a lot about strength, and a lot of us may think that we are strong people, right? And maybe you're not as strong as you think you are. And that's okay, because we can become stronger, right? The important part is being able to assess yourself of where are you on that spectrum of strength as a person, okay? Now, we'll start with intelligence. Intelligence. Why are we even talking about intelligence? Because a lot of times intelligence can be portrayed or can be seen as strength. A lot of times you see a very intelligent person or a team of intelligent people and you automatically think they're strong. But that's not necessarily true. An intelligent person may just simply be capable. Okay? And that makes sense because knowledge is power, right? So the more intelligent you are, the more capable you are going to be in different situations. The more capacity you're going to have to handle whatever environment you are in. That's why a lot of times that intelligence will be viewed as strength. But in actuality, intelligence only translates into increased capability. All right? That's all it is. And capability, what you are capable of, is not how strong you are. Mm-hmm. All right? I hope everybody's following me on this. So, I made a post about this the other day, and I should probably pull this up. But, so let's dig into that capability aspect real quick. Capability. Asking ourselves, are we truly strong, or are we just simply capable because of our high level of intelligence? By the way, most people that we train, I would say 95% of the people that we train are highly intelligent. All right? Because you have, like, to roger up for the missions that we put on, which are real. They're for real. They're not canned. They're not corporate. They're not anything. They're real. To roger up for that, you have to have a high level of capability, or you have to at least have some confidence in your intelligence and your ability to deal with situations. So, what happens when a capable individual reaches, I guess, the limits of, or reaches their capacity to be capable within an environment, right? So, as things get harder and harder and harder, eventually that individual's capability to endure that situation is going to be maxed out, right? So your capabilities become maxed out at some point, depending, and that's different for everybody. Again, that depends on how capable you are. But once it gets maxed out, that is where we really see if an individual or a team member is strong or not. Mm-hmm. So strength is represented on the fringes of a capable human being's capacity to endure in whatever the situation is. I hope you guys can understand this. I've seen it play out. In the SEAL teams, I saw it play out hundreds of times. In the basic course, you see it play out. At the proving grounds, you see this play out all the time. And it's a beautiful thing because here's the thing. Most of you guys are never going to know about yourself. You're going to go through your whole life and you're never going to know whether or not you are actually a strong person or if you just know enough to be capable. All right? So we have to stretch ourselves in a real way on the battlefield of life in training in order to truly be able to say, I'm strong. I'm happy with where I am in my mental toughness, right? My strength as a person.
I think it's where if the person still does it, they're capable of doing it. But I think where you meet that is mental capability and physical capability, where the situation we're talking about, your body starts to not be capable anymore, and your mental capability pulls it that little bit further. You know, it's like like they're rubbing right up against each other in that point.
Yeah, and out this past weekend, both were being stretched. The mental capability to deal with the task that needed to be performed, and the physical capability to endure the harshness of the conditions. Mm-hmm. So both are usually stretched simultaneously.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you reach those situations, which I guess in some scenarios you could just be testing the limits of your physical capability or just testing the limits of your mental capability, right? But in the stuff that we do and in the stuff that we did in the SEAL teams, they were usually being stretched side by side. Mm-hmm. So what happens when just a simply intelligent and capable human being reaches their limit of capability? Well, there's two things that can happen. That human being will either at that moment show strength, or they, in my mind, I call it selfishness, or they will become selfish. And now what I mean by that is once that capability to endure is maxed out, if you don't have true strength, which that's where strength starts. If you don't have that true strength within you, what will happen is you will just turn inward and you will focus on self-preservation. You'll just focus on preserving yourself, right? And you forget about the dynamics of the team and what needs to be done in that moment in order to better your situation, right? And then everything falls apart as soon as that happens. All right? Now, the other scenario, if we have a team of individuals that are truly strong people, all right, what will happen is even a strong person has that spectrum of capability, but a strong person, when they reach their capacity to endure, what'll happen is that strong person, when that capacity is reached, they actually shine through with strength. Then they're running on strength. When your capabilities are exhausted, then you're running on pure strength, and you have the energy to laugh in the face of whatever you're having to endure in that moment. Strength is having the capability that when your capacity to endure is exceeded, still stepping up to the plate and performing the task that needs to be performed. Still stepping up to the plate and taking charge of your team. When you are stretched beyond your capabilities, still stepping up to the plate and doing everything that you can do in order to serve the team members and in order to accomplish the mission. That is true strength. And really, that's what a SEAL platoon, that's what a SEAL platoon was composed of, was a group of truly strong individuals that when it really, really sucked and we were pushed beyond the limits of even our own capabilities as highly trained individuals, we had that true strength in place where even then we could laugh in the face of whatever difficulty we faced and continue to perform. That's what made us different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, to some people that haven't seen this happen, it may not make sense. I don't know.
Well, I think people will confuse capability and strength to be the same thing. If you go to the gym and you work out a lot, you think you're getting stronger, but you're just becoming more capable. Unless you start pushing into that point beyond what you're capable of. Like, that's how you train strength, right? You talk about running the 90 miles to get the 10 miles of growth. You're capable of the 90 miles, the 10 miles is strength.
That's exactly right. And that's why most people don't understand what true strength is because like you said, they're spending all the training that they're doing, the running that they're doing, all whatever it may be in the gym, whatever. We spend the majority of our life just increasing our capability. You don't get many opportunities to actually build your actual strength, right? Yeah. Because that's beyond capability is where strength lies.
And once you grow that capability to a certain point, it becomes hard to find something to increase your strength.
Yeah,
you know, you almost have to create your own thing. And I think the more capable you become, you could have less strength in those times, because now you can do these things pretty easily that you had been kind of struggling with. You grew your strength. Now you're kind of comfortable in doing that. And once you get there, you think, man, I'm doing good. Someone could go run 100 miles and win it, and someone could go run 30 miles and gut the whole thing out. The 100-mile man is capable, but the 30-mile man,
that's right,
was strong.
I like that. And I haven't even thought about that. The more capable you become, the less opportunity that society presents you with places to actually build strength. The more capable you become, you have to seek those out.
It's strength to say society's not providing me with these opportunities, so I'm going to provide myself with them.
Yeah,
I mean, that's strength. It's not strong to say, well, there's no opportunities, I guess I'm not going to do it. You know, I guess I'm going to stop here and I'll just be capable beyond what most people are.
You're exactly right. And so that's essentially, and by no means am I being boastful here, but this is what the Pinhoti Trail FKT is for me. At this point, there is nothing that I know of that I can go and sign up for that's really going to give me the opportunity to build or improve my strength. Now, I'm sure there is stuff out there. I'm just saying nothing that I can think of. Like there's not a race right now that I can think of that I can go and click and sign up for. That's really going to give me a grand opportunity to see where I'm at and to build that strength. Because my capability is so high, my tolerance is so high. Mm-hmm. So I know I can go sign up for a 100-miler. I know I'm going to finish it. I know I'm going to do well. And yeah, it's going to, I'm going to experience some pain. There's going to be some discomfort involved and all, but that's all within my realm of capability. Mm-hmm. So now I have chosen to say, okay, well, I'm gonna create this challenge for myself that I know 335 miles as fast as I can go. That is going to push me beyond my capability. Mm-hmm. And it's going to push me into a place where I can not only assess where I'm at, but also build upon the strength that I possess.
Well, it's going to create the environment. You're going to do the work of pushing it. The thing itself is not going to do that. All you need is an atmosphere to host it, so to speak.
That's right. Seeking that out. You know what I mean? There's a lot of events out there. You know, I think that's what I love most about the events that we do is they're tough, man. Some of them, they can get really tough, and I think that's one of the most rewarding aspects to me is that because they are so real, we are providing an opportunity for individuals to truly assess their strength, and we're not trying to present an experience that we know is within the realm, purely within the realm of the capabilities of the individuals that are coming to participate. I love that.
Yeah, and people fail. That's how you know, like, if you're succeeding at everything, you're operating within your
capability.
If you're not failing at things, you're not pushing your strength.
That's right. That's exactly right. And I feel that way about the Pinhoti FKT. It's like, I'm confident that I'm going to give it all that I can give it, but that's about all I can be confident about because I know that I will potentially fail. I mean, yeah. I'm not speaking that out loud or trying to speak failure into the. It's a reality. It's just a reality, and I like that.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be worth my time if there was not a true and present reality of failure. It would not be worth my time to go out and do that.
Well, and even beyond physical ability, let's think about our families. If you're married and you're not arguing with your wife, then you're not spending enough time with her. I mean, I'm not saying arguing with your wife is failure, but it's certainly not succeeding. It's not everything is perfect. And same with your kids. If I'm not getting aggravated with my kids, maybe I'm not spending enough time around them,
Yeah.
and that's another way to assess it. Same thing with business. The growth that I have experienced managing all of this from what I was doing, I mean, I feel like I'm not getting anything done half the days. I mean, I'm growing. I'm growing my capabilities because I'm operating in strength. So what I'm saying here is that even beyond physical things, you can look at it in your family and your business and all the other areas too.
Yeah. No, yeah, this applies everywhere. I agree 100%. Ultimately, what I think what this boils down to is if you or me or anybody else wants to stand here and say that we're strong, you better have a story of when you were pushed beyond your capability and you rose above that.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You have to have that example to be able to make the statement that, yes, I am strong. To be able to have confidence in that statement. Your strength is going to be judged by your reaction when the chips are down and you're outside of your capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Period. All right? Now, we talk about this. We talk about all this and seeking out the opportunity to push beyond your capability, not just once you've ran 100 milers, running another 100 miler, not just once you've reached a point in your business to just stay there and you're capable there. We talk about seeking out these places. You know why we want to seek out these experiences, these places, not only to assess ourselves, not only to build upon our true strength, right? But we want to, I at least seek out these situations because it's a great way when you find yourself there, when you find yourself in that scenario where you are outside of your capabilities to endure. First of all, you need to be, when you launch off on a mission and you think that might happen, you need to be anticipating that moment when that transition happens. And all of a sudden, your team is faced with the scenario where everyone all of a sudden is outside of their capability. You need to be looking for that moment, right? When that moment happens, you need to seize that moment. That moment, it may take you a long time to get there, to work up to it. It may not. But you need to be anticipating that moment so that you can seize that moment. And you don't find yourself just defaulting to the selfishness that we talked about before. Because if you don't seize that moment, you're wasting significant opportunity for yourself, but you're also wasting a significant opportunity for others to look at you and say, man, I want to follow that person. I want what that person has. Because when you seize that moment, when that transition happens, and you and everyone around you all of a sudden that transition happens from capability to strength, a lot of the team is going to get selfish, turn inward, self-preserve, all right? If you're the one person to seize that moment, all of a sudden, all those people that got selfish, they're going to look at you operating in strength and say, man, I want to follow that person. Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing, guys. It really is. You know, I think about this because I know that this scenario is likely coming for me on 2 occasions in the very near future. This dynamic, if you guys don't understand this podcast, by the way, just watch what's about to happen in my life. At the Mid-State Mile, I expect it'll happen. And at the Pinhoti FKT, I expect it'll happen. Now, the Mid-State Mile, I don't know how long it's going to go. If y'all don't know what that is, it's a last man standing race. We're doing it this June. A lot of people are coming out. I won it last year. A lot of people are coming out to beat me. That's great. That's wonderful. I expect there will be a moment at some point, 25, 30, 40 hours into that race, where I'm going to be outside of my capability, and I'm going to have to pull in on that strength. So I'm anticipating that moment, because what am I going to do when that transition happens? Am I still going to smile? Am I still going to encourage? Am I still going to thank my crew members there? Am I still going to be thanking and encouraging my fellow competitors that I'm out there battling with? Am I still going to give God the glory? Am I still going to stand strong? I'm anticipating that moment, because when it happens, I want to be able to seize it, be strong, and act the way that a strong man should act, so that others will look at me and say, I want what he has, right? It's a beautiful opportunity to put yourself in a position where you can be looked at as a leader by other people within your team.
I think that's a deep picture of not following your feelings, right? Like living your life on principle and standards, because those are really strong feelings that come at that point, at that transition point.
Yeah.
And when you choose to shut those down and keep doing what you'd been doing when you felt good, that's a perfect picture of that to me.
Oh, yeah, 100%, man. And ultimately, the reason, as the world watches me, or a small percentage of the world watches me throughout these challenges, ultimately, what's important for me is for the people that do see me, not to see me as I want to be like Chad, but the important opportunity here for me personally is to be a example of Christ, or be a witness for Christ, right? So when the world sees me pushing beyond my capabilities into strength and still upholding that standard that Blake talked about, I want them to say, man, that's a man that gives all his glory to God. Literally, that is his faith is what sustains him. I want that, not I want to be like Chad. So if you're a Christian out there and you want people to look at you and as a Christian publicly and say, man, I want what he has. Maybe I should go ask him or her about their faith. You want an opportunity to witness to other people? Do this. All right? Do this. Don't be a freaking fat hog, man. Do stuff. Sorry, I didn't mean to call people fat hogs, but
This will be the title of this pod.
Don't be a fat hog. Oh, that only get
Shirt idea.
that only get some that only get us some views right there.
Uh-huh.
All right, So we're about 30 minutes into this thing. I hope you guys understand the importance of this. Take away from this, seek out these opportunities, whether it's with us or whether it's with your own challenge or whether it's in business or whether it's in your family, to where you're putting yourself in situations that you know or expect to be outside, operating outside of your capabilities. Anticipate that moment. When it comes, seize it, which will give you then the ability to assess your strength and also build true strength within yourself moving forward. So we talked about the difference between intelligence, how intelligent people are usually capable people because knowledge equals power, but capability only takes you so far. True strength shines through on the fringes of capability. That point is different for everyone, right? That point is different for everyone. So, hope you guys got that. Got anything to add?
No, you hit it.
Well, that was a pretty good episode after Blake got over his coughing fit.
Son, that coughing fit was rough. I
That was
had a pecan hung in my throat.
That was some wild stuff right there, son.
Y'all don't hold that against me now. Try not to eat my pre-pod pecans the next time.
Oh, man. Oh, another thing, by the way, some of you guys asked, why haven't we been posting some of these episodes on YouTube? And it's because my dang computer is a turd. And I'm trying to do the episode with Chris Reckliff yesterday, and it's just malfunctioning. I guess I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to editing video. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm trying to do this, and it's like the file's too large. It has to be compressed. It won't move, and this and that, right? So I hit my man Evan up today, and I said, Evan, do you got time for this? And he said, yes. So I'm sending some stuff over to Evan today, and I'm turning this over to a man that knows what he's doing. Okay?
He's capable.
Yeah, he is. I was operating on the fringes of my capabilities with this freaking video crap. So I'm not looking to build strength in that area of my life. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to a man that knows what he's doing. So hopefully we soon we'll be clicking with Evan, and these things will be coming out on YouTube in a more timely manner. So that's all I got for y'all today on today's Comms Check. Let us know what you think, man. Let us know what you think. Share this episode, man. If you got some cat out there that is all the time talking crap about how strong and mentally tough they are, send them this dang episode.
Tell them they're a fat hog.
Tell them, man. Say, quit getting out of church and going to the daggone all-you-can-eat buffet every Sunday at lunch and turning into a fat hog. You want people to look at you as a Christian? You want the opportunity to witness to other people in this world? Put yourself in scenarios where the chips are freaking down and stand up and lead. That's all you have to do. And people are going to come to you and say, hey man, what's this Jesus thing about? It's obviously doing something special for you. Obviously you got some strength outside of yourself that's sustaining you when you push past your capabilities and you still step up to the plate and get the freaking job done, man. The world's going to come to you. Atheists are going to come to you. People that hate Christianity are going to come to you because it's real, man. All right? Enough said.